Morning, bitches, and welcome into Random Shit with Kyle. I'm your host, Kyle, and happy Tuesday. It is Christmas Eve, so if you celebrate that, Merry Christmas Eve, and if you don't celebrate that, then happy 24th of December. There you go. So, if you haven't been to a Random Shit with Kyle episode, welcome in. We're glad you're here. I am trying a new thing. I am actually currently live on TikTok as I am recording this. So, if you follow me on TikTok at Random Shit with Kyle, then you get a fun sneak peek of what this episode is going to be on Tuesday, December 24th. So, on Tuesday, December 24th, I will be with my in-laws. So, I think that it'll go good. We'll see. Sometimes it's a-okay. And sometimes family around the holidays is weird. So, you never know. But anyways, that's why I'm recording this on technically Sunday evening. So, anyways, we're going to do some fun questions about Christmas traditions, Santa Claus, things like that. So, were you a kid that believed in Santa Claus? I mean, I firmly believed in Santa Claus. I think that, well, what happened was when I was in the third grade, my teacher, did this whole project on Santa Claus and where Santa Claus originated. And I don't think that she understood that most of us in the class still believed in Santa Claus. And so we all kind of had a meltdown collectively together, which was kind of nice because then it was like, you know, you're not just the only one that believed in Santa Claus. Everybody did. But yeah, it also kind of ruined our lives there for a little bit. So I still really tried to hold on to the belief of Santa Claus after that. But once you find out, yeah, it's just not the same. So anyways, okay, so other questions. Did you get what you asked for from Santa? And if so, what was it? Okay, y'all. So when I was a kid, I used to go sit on Santa's lap, and this happened 4 years in a row. If you hear background noise, that's Kronk. He's visiting in the studio today. And if you see a giant Great Dane pop into the screen, that's Kronk. Okay, so anyways, this happened for 4 or 5 years. I would sit on Santa's lap, and I would ask him for the same exact things every year. And every year, I would ask him for a big thing of pickles, peanuts, and Wonder Bread. Yep, specifically Wonder Bread. That was a luxury that we did not have in my family. And I will tell you, for all of those years, Santa Claus delivered a big old jar of peanuts, a big old thing of pickles, and a loaf of Wonder Bread, and I was thrilled. My mom was like, "You were the easiest kid to shop for." So I did. I got everything I ever wanted from Santa Claus. I guess I didn't ask for much. I really should have upped the bar on that. But to this day, I probably wouldn't be mad about any of those things. I used to ask for the the peanuts in a jar so that I could make my own peanut butter in my mouth when I was 5. I thought that was what you were supposed to do. So I would just sit there chewing on some peanuts forever and ever and ever, and then take a random bite of Wonder Bread with butter on it, because that's how I ate Wonder Bread. And I just ate the pickles, and I still, to this day, if Santa delivered me a thing of Clausen's pickles, I would be thrilled. So, but that's the only brand I like anymore. I feel like I ruined all other pickles forever. So, what did y'all ask for from Santa, and did he give it to you? Because I feel like you should have asked for some bigger things. I know a lot of people asked for a pony, and they never got one, which that's always disappointing. But, did somebody ask for a pony and actually get one? Because that would be pretty fucking cool. Okay, so the next question is, did you try and catch Santa? And yes, I did try to catch Santa. And I was a night owl, so that kind of was rough for Santa Claus. But I used to sleep underneath the tree and look up at the lights. And I would do that on Christmas Eve. I also just really didn't sleep much as a kid. I kind of don't really sleep. I either sleep a lot now or none at all. So I then went to sleeping in the chair next to the tree, and I still didn't catch Santa Claus. And then one year I was like, yeah, I'll go to bed. That'll be fine. And I just sat by my door with my door cracked open like this much and just waited. And my suspicions were confirmed. Like 35 minutes later, my mom came out like scooting a box down the hallway. And I was like, I knew it. But that was, I think, also the year that I actually found out that Santa Claus was not real. So I was, just doing reconnaissance. I was confirming, and I did in fact confirm. So it was a bummer. I did hate finding out that Santa Claus wasn't real. But when you think about it, having a strange old white bearded man come into your house, steal your food, steal some milk, and leave you weird gifts, it's odd. We believe in some weird shit, y'all. Weird shit. Okay, next one is, did you leave milk and cookies for Santa? Yeah, I did. I didn't realize that people didn't do that. But yeah, I left him milk and cookies, oftentimes chocolate milk, because who doesn't want chocolate milk? And I would leave him the biggest amount of homemade cookies you've ever seen in your life. I was the sole reason that Santa Claus was keeping on the weight. I literally left that bitch a platter of cookies. For as many cookies as he could ever want, he probably could share them with all the elves. Now, I will say, for a long time, I believed that he ate all of those cookies. He always would leave like a half of one, as proof that he was there, and like a swallow of milk in the cup. But so my mom and I baked all these cookies, and they were different varieties and whatever, and they were the peanut butter ones with like the cross hatch on them with the fork that you make. And why is that only reserved for peanut butter cookies? I don't see any other cookie with the like fork thing on top of it. Anyways, that's a whole different debate. So we would do those. We would do the like little cookies with the Hershey Kiss in the middle. There would be chocolate chip cookies. There would be sugar cookies with like icing on them that I decorated, obviously. There would be like Rice Krispie bars, peanut butter Rice Krispie bars, like a whole smorgasbord of things. And then my mom would always be like, well, we have to save some so that people can have them on Christmas Day. And I was like, I guess so. And then magically there would just be like a ton of cookies left over on the next day, and I just didn't ever clock it because I'm dumb. Children are dumb in like the best kind of way, but they're dumb. So anyways, yeah, I didn't clock Santa on the cookies and milk. I just was like, damn, we really saved back a lot of cookies. I also left things out for the reindeer. So after the Santa Claus movie, when I found out that they liked carrots, because that's how everybody found out that they liked carrots, I then I would leave them carrots, but then I would also leave them candy canes, because what if they had eaten carrots at everybody else's house and they were like really over carrots? Because for me, still to this day, you can only eat so many carrots before you're just fucking over it. So I would also leave them candy canes just in case they wanted something sweet. Anyways, I was very considerate, apparently. We also didn't have a fireplace, and so I just like would leave the door unlocked all night long. So that was super safe. I'm sure that my mother went and like locked it back, but yeah, so me just making sure that the like door is fully unlocked, ready for somebody to hopefully not rob me, but give me presents. I know, things are weird. Okay, did you leave a note for Santa with the cookies, and did he write back? Again, I didn't realize that people didn't do this. I left a note, but I was talking to Claire earlier, my wife, and she was like, no, I didn't leave him a note. He had shit to do. And I was like, yeah, but he has time to read your note. And I would like, write this whole long, elaborate note, whatever. And my Santa Claus wrote back, and he had really old man handwriting that once I was old enough, I found out was my father's handwriting. So there's that. But he would write me back a very wonderful note. It was very nice about how good I was all year and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, I don't know what y'all were doing if you didn't leave him a note. I mean, I wrote him a note before Christmas and sent it in the mail and blah, blah, blah. I also, like, made sure that when I went to the mall Santa, that real Santa got the note because, you know, those Santas were just Santa's helpers. This is all, I mean, the more that you become an adult and realize, like, what lies you believed as a child, it's a lot. It's a lot. Okay. Then, last one is, how early did you wake up on Christmas Day? Okay, now, y'all, I was so excited for Christmas. That my parents would tell me that I could not wake up before 5:30. I could not wake them up before 5:30. I could not come out of my room before 5:30 a.m. And yes, most of you are thinking 5:30 a.m., but I would just stay up all night and wait when I was little. So my parents finally made me like fall asleep, and if I didn't fall asleep, then I just had to, every hour that they came in to check on me would be like another hour added on that I like had to stay in my room. So finally I would like force myself to go to sleep, and I wasn't allowed to set an alarm clock. So I set like a mental alarm clock, and I literally remember laying in my bed and watching an alarm clock in my brain and setting a timer for 5:30 a.m. And I kid you not, every fucking year I woke up at either 5:30 on the dot or 5:31, and I would run into their room, bust into my sister's room, who my sister's 12 years older than I am. So she was a teenager. She was fully ready to sleep in, did not give a shit that Santa Claus had come. She was like, whatever, I'm gonna sleep for 12 more hours. I'll get my presents when I get my presents. And then I would run out and I would just wait for all of them to come out. That was the most excruciating part. And then we dived into everything youngest to oldest. So I got to open things first when I was little. Now I have to wait for like my nephews and stuff. Well, and like when Claire and I do it at home, we have 3 Great Danes, and so we let the 3 Great Danes go first. But yeah, we open presents youngest to oldest. And then, so while we're on the topic of holiday traditions, a couple of you answered me back about holiday traditions and what your holiday traditions are. And somebody mentioned that they go to get a Hallmark ornament every year up until they became like $25 or $40. I mean, some of them are fucking expensive. But yeah, that's also part of my family tradition. And I make Claire do that too. But this year we didn't get a Hallmark ornament, and I'm kind of a little worried about it. I'm kind of freaking out actually, because it's the first year in my entire life that we didn't do Hallmark ornaments. And it's just because they're so fucking expensive, and I wanted other things. But we have multiple trees full of Hallmark ornaments, and almost exclusively Hallmark ornaments. They're just so cute. And the other night I had to do some repairs on my oldest ornaments, and I realized like how fucking old they are. They're so old. So one of them is this little mouse like holding a guitar, and it was my favorite when I was a kid. I realized that the date on it was 1992. So I got that when I was 2, and I am turning 35 in a couple of days. And so that means that ornament is 33 years old. It's so fucking old. So I'm not shocked that the glue finally decided to disintegrate. But I did put more glue on it, and now it is thriving again. So I am one of those weird people that fixes all my ornaments if they break. There was a time in Hallmark ornaments where things were really rinky-dinky, and they were like really thin, and they were trying to like make them as like delicate as possible. Pissed me off, because those fucking ornaments I fix every year. I even keep the boxes, I keep the packaging, I keep all of it. So I put it back, and it's like plastic casing and whatever, perfectly aligned the way it's supposed to be. And it just pisses me off that every year, no matter what happens, no matter how good a care I take of it, they fucking fall apart when I take them out of the box. So I'm mad because some of those are my favorite ornaments. Like one of them is like all of the Looney Tunes, like Bugs Bunny is Santa Claus, and then he has like all of the other Looney Tunes being his reindeer or whatever, and that one breaks all the fucking time. It makes me so mad. So anyways, that's my rant for that. Let me give y'all an update on my mother. So remember that she is batshit crazy. That's a whole different story. So she went and had an emergency MRI because, recap, if you did not catch this, my mother, who is 70 and decrepit, decided to go help her 85-year-old sister up off the ground, but obviously could not do that and threw her back out. Yeah, she had an emergency MRI. Turns out she herniated 2 discs, and now she has to have surgery the day after Christmas at 7 a.m. You want to know what's ironic about that? Is that's my fucking birthday. So all I could think of was, oh, I hope she doesn't die on my birthday. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I don't know. She's something. She tells me that she's not going to go into like a rehab facility after that. They're going to just send her home. And she already, like, literally can't walk. She walks with a walker. Oh, fun fact. Today, she accidentally dropped the walker on her foot. I don't know how. I really don't. And she thinks she broke her foot because now it's all black and blue and it hurts really bad. Okay, you know what? It's too much of a conundrum. I can't make this shit up. She's absolutely ridiculous. She needs to be put in a home. I love her, but she's a lot. So then, let's see, a couple other life updates before the end of the year. So, I have decided that I'm going to really dive into my business, and that is the leatherworking business. Also, I got my woodworking shop set up and voice lessons. So I'm really excited about my voice lesson studio. And I'm really hoping that between those things and like this podcast and things like that, that in 2025, I am able to like start actually making real money from all of those things. So anyways, I am starting on this bag that I got, and I hand sew everything, I hand cut everything. It's all whatever. Anyways, but it's going to be so cute. And if you're just listening to this, I'll post a picture when it's done, but it's going to be like a little bag thing. And I can't say too much because some of the people that are listening to this podcast, it's a gift for some of them. So anyways, it's going to be really exciting. I'm excited about all of it. I am trying to really dive into the unknown, and that's scary. So if I want to talk about your, 2025 goals. Do you do New Year's resolutions? Do you do, like, oh, I'm going to start this diet, like all of these things. I think I'm kind of going to try it. Why not? I'm going to do all of it for 2025. We're going to do New Year's resolutions. I'm going to start a fucking diet. We're going to work out. Like, things are going to be, I'm going to hopefully in 2025 wake up a whole new man. I know it's crazy, but we're going to try it. So anyways, I hope that you have a Merry Christmas and that you don't have too much forced family, quote unquote, fun, because a lot of times they're not actually very fun. And I hope that you get some downtime. Read a book. I got lots of book recommendations if you want some. I will tell you that I read a lot of smut, so there's that. But it's like fantasy and fun, so there's also that. I also read a lot about serial killers. So, all the things. Somebody on live just asked, can I play music? Yes, I can play music, but I am not currently, I think you mean like on this podcast. I'm recording a podcast, so I won't be playing music right now, but I can later. Anyways, I hope you all have a wonderful time. I hope that this worked out. If you're on TikTok watching me right now, I hope that it's coming across good, and we're gonna keep trying this because now I can go live. I have enough followers on my TikTok to go live, and might as well use it while there's maybe only a month left of it. So if you do not follow me on Instagram, Facebook, or on like Spotify, Apple podcast, wherever you find your podcasts. Go do it. It's Random Shit with Kyle. And yes, I can, Princess Jazzy, money sign. I can sure give you a shout out. That was awesome. Thanks. The people listening are going to have no idea what's happening, and I love that. So you now have to go catch me on TikTok and on Instagram, Facebook, and then also catch these episodes. They come out every Tuesday and Friday, and we have a good time. We cuss a lot, and it's kind of whatever. So, all right, I'm going to sign off, and I will talk to y'all bitches later. Love ya. Bye.